All right, here comes a trolley coming down from the top. Everyone try to follow it all the way down. I'm not trying to be that guy to fall off the side of the mountain. That's pretty slick. And it comes over the press button, drop down a little bit, send down the mountain. It's pretty slick. Good morning, Tim Stanley with RVing with Tim here at the beautiful Stone Mountain Park here in Stone Mountain, Georgia. It's about 20 minutes outside of Atlanta, Georgia. And we got here last night around 8 o'clock. Got here around 6 o'clock. I was able to set up fully in the Lite, first time in a long time. Anyway, you see the black out Easy Mobile right there coming around, and that's the main attraction of the park, Stone Mountain right there. In the background, it's a 3,200 acre park, has a 320 acre lake. But it's a really nice park. Zoom around, it's pretty big. Got all kinds of RV hookups, water, sewer, primitive sites, big rig sites. I'll bring you some of that today. Views of the park. Plenty of attractions for all the adults and the kids as well. It's got amusement rides. It has history buffs. You can take history tours and got museums for that. It's got climbing, got a tram that takes you up top of the mountain. You can also walk up there if you like. It has trails, natural trails, has a grist mill, anything you can want. It's a beautiful golf course. I'll show you some of that. And for those who don't have an RV, they have Marriott here on site and another hotel. I'm not sure the name, but there's plenty to do for everybody. You see the camper right there. You see the window covers up for extreme privacy, and it was 35 degrees last night, so it helps insulate the camper as well. Had the heat on, of course, and needed those covers up. All right, this is Stone Mountain. Right ahead of us, you see it right at the top. Going to the right side, you see the trolley take you to the top. So I'll probably do that today, and I'll probably walk up there as well. It's a very nice park, beautiful here, right here on the lake. I keep saying I wish I brought my kayak, but it was kind of cold today. So it's 40 degrees right now. It's about 10 a.m. in the morning. So it's been a cold boat ride. But anyway, I'm gonna pan over to the left. You can see more of the campground. And it's a 323 acre lake. I told you the park is over 3,200 acres. And right there you can see some of the primitive sites and the tent. Now I don't know, it's 35 degrees last night, so it's kind of cold out there. So I'm gonna spin around, show you more. The sun's gonna change. I'm sorry, I'm going into the facing the sun, so I don't know how the video's gonna go, but I wanted to show you some more of the campground over there. So that's where we at over there. Up there, I showed you. So beautiful park. So we're up there, probably dead center up in there. So I'll spin around. I'm in the blue section. I was actually supposed to come last weekend, but they had a series of tornadoes in this area in Georgia, Alabama area. So I moved the reservation to this weekend, and Easter weekend is very popular. So that's the only site I can get. Matter of fact, that was the last one. So it's I'm in the blue section, and it doesn't have sewer. It just has water and electric, so no sewer. But they have several dump stations, but that was the only thing they had available at that time. So I moved the reservation to this weekend. So I was glad to even get a spot. Lucky for that. Okay, there's our campsite. It's number 381. I'm in the blue section. Pretty nice site, and this was the last one available. And on the map, it doesn't present very well because it's right here at the entrance, but it is a very nice site. It's very private, has a lot of room, and has a level pad, a lot of grass around, shady. It's site number 381 on the map in the blue section. So has a picnic table, concrete picnic table, and a grill. So we're gonna move around. and it's a very private loop. It only has maybe 30 or 40 campsites, but it's pretty neat. See the lake views in the background where I was showing you Stone Mountain. So see the lake coming up right now, and if you look through the trees, you can see the mountain. And so it's a very nice site. Imagine it's 40 degrees down, but I can imagine the summertime when it's really hot down here in Georgia. The tall Georgia pines will keep the site cool. So give you more of what it looks like out here. I'll swing back around, get the lake view. So I just showed you some images from the lake and the mountain, and I'll bring you some images of some of the other campgrounds as well. Okay, here's the entryway to the campground. That's the registration building right there in the front. You see right there. Coming over to the right, parking when you pull up, and right there, that brown building, the brown roof, that's a pavilion where you can host events. They got a lot of picnic tables and stuff in there. We're gonna go see that. Now in the forefront, you see a lot of, in the background, you see a lot of big RV sites right there. That's the first section. I'm gonna pan over to the right, and that road takes you to the rest of the campsites, and that's where our campsite is, heading that way. It's about 11:30, starting to warm up. It's about 55 degrees now. It was like 35, 38 degrees last night. All right, this registration, show you a different view. You want to swing around. That's the front where you entryway. Camp host right there in the front. There's your dump stations coming up, propane right there. Dump stations if you need them, which I'm gonna need on the way out. Back to the registration. Okay, I'm inside the pavilion, pointing out. You can see the volleyball, beach volleyball. See a dog run right there in front of us, more of the campsites. And also you see the lake back there. So I'm panning inside the pavilion now. It's pretty nice and open. They have different events hosted throughout the day, and you can actually lease it out or rent it out as well. Hold different events like for your family or wedding, reception, or you have a big family event. I'll back up a little bit so you can see the nice fire pit in the middle. Well, it's a really nice space, really good idea. You can look at your campground literature when you register, and they show you the different events that held throughout the day. So I'm backed up a little bit so you see the nice fire pit, but it's a really big facility. Hold probably 100 people or more, probably more than that. Now I'm outside the pavilion, and this is the campground you saw when you first come in, registration. So this is kind of backside of the pavilion. Show you what's here. So we got a lot of different campsites. They got 5 different sections. This is the first section right here. And you can see the dog run. If you look hard up front, you can see the lake in the back. Pan over to the left some more. So it's a lot to do. I'll try to show you some of that next few days. Starting to warm up. Like I said, it's now about 55 degrees. 50, 55 degrees. Sun's out for sure. It's the back side of the pavilion. Okay, you got the general store right there. It's the opposite end of the registration building. That's the front site. Coming on around, you have place to dump your trash, and they come around between 9 and 12 and pick your trash up at the site. Just leave it out there on front of your site. They'll come get it. There's Pavilion, Border Campgrounds, dump station right there. You can see the top of Stone Mountain in the background. More campsites, and opposite side of registration also got more campsites through there. You can see the lake, and come on around, there's another group to the left of the registration. Okay, here we are. We're at the entrance of Stone Mountain Park, and that's the gate, the main gate, and that's where you pay at. Now you see the campers lined up to the left, because as soon as you enter through the gate, the first left is where you enter the campground. Well, actually you go past the golf course and all that, but they'll tell you make that first left, and they'll take you down to the campground. The campground is right there at the front of the park. Also, you have reservations and all that, and you pay it online, but it's still right now it's a $20 entry fee, and they're gonna give you a pass to go in and outside the park. So you have your $20 ready, but that's how much it costs, even if you prepaid already. And the campground is immediately to the left. Okay, once you enter the park, make that immediate left, and it's going to bring you past the golf courses. They have a total of 2 for a total of 36 holes of golf, and it is beautiful. If you play golf, make sure you bring your clubs. Right there is a 32-acre lake, and there goes Stone Mountain in the background. So they have a full clubhouse, pro shop, food, everything you need. And I even seen a beverage cart going around taking care of the golfers. So make sure you bring your clubs if that's what you do. I golf, and I wouldn't call it golf. I'll call it hooking and slicing, because that's what I do. But here's a beautiful course. If I did, I would love it. Maybe next time I come, I'll bring my clubs. But they have all amenities at this golf shop, and it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful course. Okay, I'm here at the clubhouse for the golf course, and very nice restaurant called The Commons. Like I said, pro shop and everything. So I'm gonna swing on around. See the nice view of the lake again, close up. Got a right here at the practice putting green, moving across. Got a guy right here practicing his putts. There goes the Stone Mountain. They have a beach down there to the left. Right now it's closed. I don't know if it's closed for the season or if it's closed good. But all right, here at the walk-up trail, the beginning trail that heads up to the top of the Stone Mountain. There's the train tracks that run around the mountain right there. So we're gonna pan around. Just coming through the entryway, keep going down to the back of the park and take a left. The parking lot, you see it says walk-up trail. So here we are, it's right here. So I'll let you know how long it takes to get up to the top. I'll shoot you some views, you can see all that. And then we'll talk about it later. Okay, this is the final push to the top of the mountain. Supposedly it's a mile. I don't have that confirmed yet, but this is the final push. There's the summit of Stone Mountain right there, and the last bit is like straight up smooth granite, and you got to use a handrail to get up, but that's the summit. And to this point, from the bottom to this point, it took me about 40 minutes. So I'm gonna pan around, and you're gonna see some of the skyline of Atlanta, and I don't know which one is Atlanta but anyway, it's going into the sun, so I don't know how well it's gonna look, but anyway. Okay, I made it to the top. Thought it was the final summit, but let's see, I'm gonna pan around. First, let's go back. Okay, I believe that's Atlanta over there, but anyway, let's go back around. So I told you if I climbed that, I believe I was at the top. So I got to the top, and this is what I saw. boom. So it's not the top. So gotta keep moving. So we'll see how it goes. Keep you posted. Okay, so we're moving up the hill. I showed you the last plateau. So now I believe this is the final one. So I'm gonna pan around and come around this big rock, and I believe that is the summit. You see those yellow marks? I believe if you stay on those yellow marks, that's the shortest distance. So just follow that, and I believe you get up the hill quicker. So that's the final destination, is right there. Let's keep it going, and I'll send you pictures from the top. All right, here come a trolley coming down from the top, and we're gonna try to follow it all the way down. I'm not trying to be that guy to fall off the side of the mountain, but that's pretty slick. And when it comes over the crest, watch it drop down a little bit, descend down the mountain. That's pretty slick. Ah, that's slick. Oh man, you got one coming up, so it's passing. Oh, that's neat. So it's a pretty slick video. Okay. So we talked about earlier the golf course. So that's the golf course right there in the middle. You see over to the right where the trolley is right now, right there in the center. That's the clubhouse. All right, and that's the lake we saw when I was showing you the background and the putting green. So that's the lake. All right, we're gonna pan around to the right, and if you look real hard, right there in the center, that's the campground over there. So that's your campground. Right there, where we at, we located. They got like 5-6 different sections. We'll pan back around. All right, and clubhouse right there, golf course, and then they have some historic places right there, and then right there in the middle right now, top building, that's a hotel, one of the hotels they have on site. So that's pretty slick. Okay, that's where I came from the bottom. Pan on around. Beautiful views. I would show you Atlanta skyline, but it's right in the direction of the sun and it won't be good. So here we go, made it to the top. Awesome. You have a pavilion up there, and I'll show you that, but finally made it to the top. All right, further views from the top. That's where the tram comes up from the bottom. It's got a pavilion right here where you get your tickets at, and you can buy refreshments and stuff, water, sodas, popcorn, you name it. You buy your tickets up here as well, and it has restrooms. And it has an observation deck here, as you can see. Here are the premium sites right up front, close to the registration building. As soon as you walk into the, camp entrance. And there goes the pavilion. And there goes the front registration site. All right, to the left is the front main office. You first enter the campground and takes you to more trails or more sites. come on around. So you take that left, it'll take you back to the front office. To the right, take you to primitive campsites, yurts, and more campsites with water and sewer. So we just passed the premium sites and right here to the right. Okay, this is Trail F. This is again off the main front as you come in off the main office. And that's campsite 101 right there. So we're gonna spin around. And to the left, take it to the front of the office. We're gonna spin around. That's the circle you see on the map. Download the map. And then right there is Trail C, E, and B, RV sites and yurts. And to the right is Trail A and D. And that's site 95 again. All right, if you look ahead, those are trails 134, sites 134 through 157. Cedar Trail, and the Ash Trail to the right is 122 through 133. Okay, this is some of the tent campsites. So move around, see some of that. Coming to the lake right there, some more campgrounds opposite side of the lake. I'm not sure if that's the blue section or not where I'm camping at. I was trying to look for the dock, but I couldn't find it. So you see the campsites off in the background. So this is site coming around. I believe this is one of the yurts that you can stay at, and that's site 131. And coming around, that empty site to the left right here in front of us is site number 130. Okay, I'm up top looking around. I believe I'm actually have a handicap accessible location, probably a few of them, and I'm parked in one right now taking this video, and it's location number 133. So if you look down below, you see a lot of primitive campsites down below, tent camping. All right, and you see the Daisy Trail 177 to 220. They go to yurt that you can rent, and these are premium sites as well. That is a nice big rig right there, nice patio area, and that's location 176, so you can get your bearings. Okay, we at the primitive campsites, and they go, the bathhouse is really very nice and clean. It's almost brand new. You see the it's one of the sites 181 right there. We'll swing around. You see the yurts in the background. Very nice primitive sites. You got a nice view of the lake here. That's location 212 down there. The primitive sites. Gonna swing around and see some more sites. That's site 210 right there at 208. Very nice view of the lake, and it goes all the way around the perimeter of the lake, so it's very nice. That's 208 right there. Got 207 down there, and 209. There you go, 206. So it's very nice. Pavilion, place to have picnics covered. So very nice. primitive tent sites. Fishing, see people out there on the kayaks and boating. So right here is very accessible for that. Okay, that's the back side of the bathhouse for the primitive sites. It's the back side of the front loop we were on. Sorry, going into the sun right there. All right, so I was incorrect. Here are the yurts. Now, yurts coming up on this side. Just a reference. They go to primitive sites. That's site 215 right here. So lake right there to your right. So these are your yurts coming around. And this is site 157 right here. Very nice site overlooking the lake. So site 157. And there go your yurts right there. And that's Trail B for the yurts. And if you keep straight, that takes you to the office. Check out on the front of the campground. All right, so there go your yurts. Straight ahead is site 158, and this is site 157. All right, there go a better picture of your yurts section, and straight ahead is 221, and that takes you to the front of the campground. Right there is section RV spot 158. And we said this one to our left is 157. Okay, and this I didn't know. They have a section where you can actually rent RVs. They're already set up like park models, and you can rent them. So this one right here is RT2, and just give you a location there. RT2 is that location. You see the stone mountain in the background. All right, this takes you out to the main front entrance. This is yurt right in front of us, yurt 13. Coming on around, and this is a loop that has all the main yurts right here. And here is a campsite right here, and the campsite is 221 right there in front of us. And then there are the in the background, you see the camp models that you can rent. Okay, there's a beautiful shot of the lake coming around, and remember we just passed the yurt section. All right, this is a beautiful campsite right here. This is for your reference, is part number 1. This campsite 174, and you're going up this loop. That one is 173 right there, just vacated on the right. So 173, and that's 174. Let me show you the view. They almost got the private hill with the hammock and lake view. So we're right at 174, and 172 is up ahead, and it's the site 173. All right. All right, this is the loop, the circle. We first kind of came down into the this camp loop, and that's the turn circle we came in. All right, let's give you a reference where we at. All right, that's trails C, E, and B, RV sites, trails A and D, and the primitive sites. That's how you get to that. All right, I'm gonna swing around, and these are the premium sites right up front. Got a comfort station in the background, and this is site 101, and right there with that rig in it is 102. So that's the loop right here, Trail F. All right, and right where my truck is, it's 94, 95. Keep on going. All right. Okay, this is the common area behind the pavilion. The other side of the pavilion will be the registration and front office. So you have the beach volleyball coming around. Got a nice area to walk the dog. And also you have a nice swimming pool. And coming around, that's the site I showed you. The big RV in it. That's the comfort station. They have a playground for the kids, and it's all closed right now. So you take that road leads you out to the front, to the dump station and all that. The front of the campsite. So we're almost at the very front. And that's campsite right ahead. It's campsite 103. That's campsite 104 right there. So it gives you a perspective. We're right here at the front of the campground, main entrance. A lot of premium RV sites up front, and a lot of them are pulled out already. And that's site 103. Site 104. Still at the front on the main loop. That's sites 109, 108. Site 110 right there in front of us. And come on around. And that takes us out to the front of the campground. That's the dump station and all that. To the left, exit out, will be the registration. All right, the main entry is down to my left. I'm going to show you these neat little campsites. Not little, but they're pretty big. And right off the road, it has a drive-through or pull-through site. And this is site number 18. It's full hookup. So if you have a really large rig or easy pull-through, need easy access, this is definitely a water, sewer, full hookup. And site 18. And they have these all along the front road. This is not the main road, but it's the main road after you check in. Get to different campsites, and they have several. This is Trail K, Kinglet Trail 1 through 16, and this comfort station. These are more primitive sites. They do have some electrical hookup and water. That's pretty nice. Coming down to the lake view, so that's what you have. So the primitive sites all have water views right there on the water, so you can fish from your location and all that. See some people out there on the kayaks. So. All right, for reference, that's location number 2. Full hookup. Location number 2. And the rest down here are kind of more primitive sites. Okay, this is Juniper Trail, sites 21 to 26. It's mostly all primitive campsites. And so it has a comfort station right on spot. Boom! Brand new, nice and clean. They just renovated the whole park maybe a year ago or last year, so everything is neat and clean and kind of almost like brand new. So this is campsite 21 and coming around the loop. It's campsite 22 in the foreground. But you get the picture. All right, this is Trail I for Ironwood Trail 27 through 47. And you got some primitive campsites and some not so primitive. So we're gonna take you down through there. All right, here at Ironwood, campsites is more primitive. That's site 27. It has water, and electrical, like 120 outlets. So that's site 27 right there. So panning on around and see the different sites. So it's a big loop, and down there is like site number 47 right there. So it's more, not so much primitive, but it does have water and 120 outlets. Okay, there's some more of those campsites that I told you kind of pulled off to the side. This is Georgia Trail, G for Georgia Trail 48 through 56. And they got full hookups. The first one here is site 48. And it's kind of moving down. They're kind of for different sizes, big trailers, smaller trailers. I see little smaller trailers down here, but definitely not for big rigs. So we're kind of moving down a little bit. Like I said, all the sites have good lake views. And that's site 50 right there. That's site 49, water and sewer. That's site 53 right there. Right here, site 53, and it's site 54. So good lake views. I don't see a site number on here, but looks like it has the water. I don't see any electrical though. Maybe that's why it's not a site. All right, coming around, that's site 56 right here we're looking at. And it's a primitive campsite. And then here goes some bigger units coming around. All right, this is H loop for Hickory Trail 57 through 84. And they got mixed sites. They got kind of just water and 120 electrical. Then they also have full hookups. So have a comfort station right here in the middle. They see some of the campsites. And like I said, all of them have lake views. So there's a nice campsite right up front. Nice pull through, but I don't see a number on this. I couldn't tell you what number it is. There's a small pull through to the left, and it has water and 120 electrical. Again, I'm not sure what campsite is. I don't have a number on it. Let's see what kind of electrical has on it. Yep, it has 30 amp. So, yep. So some of the campsites do, but this one doesn't have a number on it. Now they have reconfigured the campsite this year, and so this might no longer be a campsite. It's kind of an awkward position there. So, all right. Still yet to find a campsite number. Okay, there's campsite 57 right there, and there's campsite 58. So now we have some numbers All of them have, some of them primitive, some have water, some have sewer. So all of them have good views. All right, so and that's campsite 61 right here. Okay, and you look across the water, you see the yurts. All right. And this one is a nice site. It's site 58 in this loop. Let's see. It's kind of level. You won't get too big of an RV in here, a small one. But it does have 30 amp service, and it has 120 and yep, has 30 amp service. It's 30 amp service, and it has water. Campsite 58 in this loop. That's 57. Okay, this is Loop L, Long Spur Trail, sites 222 through 251. And it's kind of full hookup sites. And you can see what we have here. All different types of RVs up in here. All right, this side is 224 and that side is 222. So that begins the loop. So I'm sure at the forefront of here you can see the lake. All right, further down, you got a footbridge that take you to the other campsites, and that'll take you to the main sections over there at the front entrance. And here's site number 253. That's where we came in at. Got a comfort station over there. And that's number 236, Campground. Coming around. You got some big RVs here as well. And those are campsites 238. Well, 237, 238, and 239. And you see it has 237 is pretty cool. It has a little deck overlooking the lake, and it's a nice view. All right, this is M from Maple Trail, and there's sites 252 to 295. So let's take a look at that. That's the host campsite right there. So coming around, and very nice section. See some big rigs here. That's a nice pull-through site. Site number 254 and site here 253. So give you reference to where you at. Still has the comfort station there in the middle. So a lot of nice pull through sites. See the lake coming up. It's full hookup. So it goes on around. You got site 253, 254. I don't have you in here. I don't have you in here. All right. So very nice views of the lake. That's 261. That's 258. That's 256 right there. Hey, these are some of the best sites I've seen so far. This is 279, And moving around, that's 274, that's 276. Look at that view of the lake. People just left. I guess you can still see the fire, the flames going at the back of the campsite. So that's pretty slick. So that's the entryway. I came in that way. So that's 276. Those are the primitive campsites I showed you earlier with the tents you can rent, and also other side of that is the yurts. So this is a very nice site. 278 backs up right there at the lake. You can probably fish right there back of your RV. And yeah, coming on around, got big rigs up here, some smaller rigs, it's full hookup. And so you can see it's Sunday morning. A lot of people that checked out already. So this is site 280. Very nice, man. You can actually go down there and fish right off your back of your RV. Just walk on down there. So that's pretty slick. So this is a pretty nice one right here. This loop right here, this loop M. So I have a lot of privacy as well. This is site 285 coming on around. And that's site 287 up ahead, but it's pretty slick. Look at those views of the lake, and look at the mountain in the background. All right. I was talking to a long-term visitor of this park, and these are some of the best sites out here. 284, 285, 286 going up, and especially the ones coming down. You can actually back up and just have a great view of the lake. You see people out there paddle boarding and kayaking, and this is site coming up. So this is site 282. So these sites start at like 276. Anything in that range, 282 coming around. Now here's site 285. It's not backed up to the lake, but it's pretty good spots over here. But these are the best sites at the park. 280. I was on the other side shooting video, and a lady told me about these spots. She said it was booked, she couldn't get them, but these are her favorite spots, and I see why. This is 280, and that's 278 and 276. I'm gonna show you why they're good sites. Nice and level, full hookup, and look at that. Your backyard is the lake, man. It's super private. Look at that. And then look at the view right there. These are the best sites. So it starts at about 276 and go up to like 285. And it backs right up to the lake, private. It's really nice spots right there. So it starts right there, like 275. So it's pretty slick. These are the best sites in the park. Validated. I'm validating what the lady told me earlier when I was in another section. She told me about these sites over here. Absolutely the best spots right here. So I'm gonna give you a reference to where it starts at. So that's site 280. That's site 278. That's site 278. And that's site 276. So anywhere along this row, I think it starts at 274. So 274 right there, and moving on around 276, 278, going up this side. It's the best views of the lake. It's almost having your own private lakefront. Okay, so I was wrong. It starts at about 276 and goes to campsite 291, which are actually the best sites out here. But the 276, 78, 9, and 8, those are the best because it's kind of flat right there on the lake. These are kind of, the backside are kind of elevated, but it give you a good view of the lake, and the Stone Mountain is just gorgeous. So 291 all the way down to 276. are the best primo sites at the park. And this is site 289. It's not on the lake, but just giving you a reference where you're at. And got some big RVs up in here as well. So this is probably the nice section so far. Nicest section here at the park. Okay, this is Oak Trail, Loop O, 332 to 369. This is where I'm located now. This is the last campsite in the park. Actually, I had it. This is Easter weekend. I actually had it booked the week before. Then bad storms came through the area, so I canceled and moved it this weekend. And I was online registering. The campsites was flying off the website, and I was able to grab this last one. Now this section does not have sewer, just water, electrical. Yeah, so they got a dump station on site, but I made it work. It's actually a really nice site. It's real private. If you look at the map, it doesn't look too good, but it is a really nice site. And been here since Friday. That's my setup, and it's pretty neat. I've liked it, nice and private. So the one loop goes that way, and what I said at the top, and then the Pine Trail 381 to 391 goes this way, and I'm actually in site 381. So, and that's our unit right here, and it's nice and private. I love it. So plan to come back. A lot of nice activities to do. So, all right, so I'm in site 381, and site 381. And then you're coming on around. See everybody checking out and leaving today. So this also has good lake views as well. And coming around. So none of these sites in this section have sewer. Everything is electrical, 50 amp, 30 amp, 120, water, but no sewer. So this is what they, people coming in for the night or 2 nights max and pulling out. So, but great views, people coming out, pulling out right now. Great views of the mountain, the lake. So this site 382, and going on around, and see it's kind of emptying out. But there go the lake and the mountain, and there we have it. Told you here in this section has that's pulled through site 337. It's good lake views and mountain views, but the only thing, it doesn't have sewer. So it kind of takes away a little bit. But this is site 339. You see people hooking up, getting ready to go. So great section, great views. It nice private. Everything is shaded and got nice tall Georgia pines. But the problem is it just don't have, it's for short-term stay. Okay, this is a little knoll right here in the section where I'm located. I'm in campsite 381, that loop, and so it has a nice picnic area, good view of the lake, and nice benches set up. So it's a very nice park. Very nice, very nice. So my RV is up over there in the background. You can have events right here, picnic, family gathering. Set it up, it's pretty nice. Has a little pier right here you can fish off of. It's kind of cold today. Right now it's about 60 degrees and wind blowing, and you see people on the kayaking. So here's what I'm going to talk about. So yesterday we scaled the mountain. So I just want to let you know that if you look at the top right there, that's the observation point, and where the tram comes up top. So you actually, when you're walking up the mountain, you actually coming up on that left side.